Is your business system based? Hi, I'm Brian Pombo. Welcome back to Brian J. Pombo Live, where every night we try to go through and look at the principles, strategies, and tactics that'll help you build your business and take it to the next level. So, in review, last night we started going back and going over what I would call my three pillars, being relationship reliant. Last night we talked about being reality grounded, and today we've got to talk about the third one, which is system based. We'll go back around and hit the relationship one tomorrow, but let's talk about being system based. I had a conversation with a gentleman out in Michigan who owns a home brewing company that sells supplies to people all over the world for home brewing supplies, and spent a lot. He spent the last 20 years building up this company, and one of the things he's most proudest of is something that you wouldn't think of, and it's something that's it's his warehouse management system that he's gotten really good at. And unlike a lot of the people I've talked to that have been dealing with COVID-19, so we're filming this in 2020 right now, July of 2020, and many business owners, especially within the self-reliance field, they may not be dealing with a lack of demand. The demand is still there. In some cases, demand is increased. In most cases, there's an issue with the supply chains. So any type of other business-to-business issues where you're needing specific supplies, and those are not coming quick enough for many people. But here's the conversation I was having. He said they weren't having that issue, and he really pointed back to the fact that he has this warehouse management system that they had to build from the bottom up. At one time, they were using NetSuite to kind of control everything and handle all the inside logistics, and it wasn't working. So he had to build something from scratch. Him and another gentleman built this entire system, and he says he believes that if he were actually to take that and to sell it separately, that it could be bigger than everything else that he's done up until now. That's how successful he's been with it. And it really is huge to the concept of system. What is system? System, in the way that I'm using it, has to do with the pieces of your business that have to continue moving regardless of who's in charge of it. So it's not necessarily like if you're a business owner, if you're a CEO, if you're any of the executives, most of the stuff that you're doing on a daily basis isn't necessarily system oriented. You're helping kind of guide the ship that is your business to the next level, and sometimes that comes up that has to do with coming up with new ideas, and you've got a lot of different things that you're doing on a regular basis. But there are pieces of every business that has to be somewhat predictable, that has to work more like a machine, and like some of the people that I've talked about before, it's more in the long run, it's more like an organism is the way it should work. But certain pieces are predictable and mathematical, and so they do run more like a machine. And so those pieces, they have to have parts of a system put in place, which means that if some people fell away that are running that part of the machine, that you can replace it with somebody else, and they can learn relatively quickly on how to get it going and moving and continue doing what it's supposed to do. And there's all different parts. A warehouse is a great example of a system, because you can imagine a warehouse, it's things coming in and things leaving and things being stored and organized. And that in its most basic form, that's what a warehouse is. But with that you've got all these things all going at the same time. So it takes a lot of organization, and it takes a lot of agreement ahead of time on how that's supposed to run. That agreement is what the system is. It's the constitution, if you will, of that piece of the organism, of that piece of your business. That's what system is. The question is, how much system do you have in your business? The more system-based you are, the more, I'm not meaning your entire business, I mean each individual area should have enough of a system in it that gives it a relative amount of predictability. So that's the question. How system-based are you? Do you need more system? Is system the key that's keeping you from going to the next level? If you're here and you want to go to here, is system going to be one of the things that's going to be necessary? And I would suggest in many cases, I've found with business owners I talk to, system is the one thing that they're missing, or at least reconfiguring the system to make it fit to make it go where you want it to go, because system is nothing more than a computer program in a sense. So hopefully that makes sense. If you'd like to see how you can use the idea of system in your business to help take it to the next level, then I'm going to suggest you go check out the Amazon Proof Strategy session. That's at brianjpombo.com/Amazon. That link is in the description. Go click on it right now. We'll be back tomorrow. In the meantime, get out there and let the magic happen.